This recording is going to look at how we analyze the data from a spreadsheet. In this case, it's Sarah's survey on the cafe, and we're going to look at putting data into some summary sheets so we can actually draw pie charts and bar charts and things like that. Right, let's have a look at the data first of all. You see here, for instance, if we look at question 7, that the data has been coded into numbers. So just going down the actual chart, we'll see that there are 30 respondents. If we look across to the questions, we will see that question 7 has got 7 categories, from coffee, 1, fruit juice, tea, 2, etc., all the way down to none of the above. And these categories, the 1 to 7, are the ones which appear in the spreadsheet. The reason we want to summarize the data is because at the moment we've got 30 different respondents, and this wouldn't look good on a chart, 30 different pieces of data. We want to look at how many 1s, 2s, 3s, etc. they are, and then to actually create a bar chart or a pie chart which summarizes how many is in each category. One way to do this is simply to count the numbers of 1s, 2s, etc. For instance, there's a 1 there going down the way, the next one's there, the next one's there, etc. We could count up the numbers of 1s by hand, as it were, or by eye. However, that's not really a very clever way to do things because we might make mistakes. And secondly, if we have a lot of respondents, this would be a very cumbersome way to do it. What we want to do is to use Excel itself to actually count the numbers in each category. There are 2 ways to do this. The first way I'm going to show you is to use the pivot table function. To use a pivot table function, what we need to do is to go first of all up to the insert. Okay, correction before we do that. First of all, we've got to look at the data which we want to consider. In this case, the data is the question 7 data. So if we left click on question 7 with our cursor, and then we drag it down, keeping the finger down on the left hand button, right the way down to the bottom of the data. Release the finger. Then we are going to go to the insert button at the top to look for the pivot table. So we press left click insert. You see pivot table here has appeared. We left click on that, and you will see now create pivot table has arisen. The range we have just highlighted is in here. So it's sheet 1, which is this sheet, and then it's from cell S2 down to S32. We then want to find out where we're going to actually put this particular summary table. We've got 2 choices first of all, either a new worksheet or an existing worksheet. I want to actually show it on this worksheet, so I click with my left clicker onto existing worksheet. Whereabouts on that worksheet am I going to put it? Well, you could go there and just type in, or another way to do it is to simply go down with your cursor, and I think I'll put it in B39. So there's 39, there's the B. I think now this will be the top left hand corner of the summary chart, which we've got to create first. So left click that, and you will see there that we've got the B39 appears into the location. Press OK with left click. You'll see here we have the pivot table appear there, and across here we have pivot table fields. Left click on the question 7. Right, now we need to drag across to various places. So if you get onto the highlighted question 7, left click down, keep your finger down and drag it into rows and see what happens when I release my finger. There you will see the row labels. The row labels are actually the categories 1 to 7, which we had in our questionnaire. Those are the codes. So 1, for instance, remember, is coffee, 2 is tea, etc. Now, something funny has happened here because we know that all we want to do is to count the number of times a respondent has said a particular thing. So it should add up to 30 because we've got 30 respondents. But look here, this is not right, is it? Something strange here. Go across to the pivot table field and look at this sigma value. Sigma, that is the Greek letter meaning to sum, but there's different ways to sum things. Have a look. At the moment it seems to be summing things in a different way. All we want to do is to count the number in each category. Go across to this little inverted triangle, left click on it, and then you will see on this menu value field settings. Click on that, and what we want to do is count the number of times over. Click on that, left click, do OK, and then that's the count of question 7. And if you look across here, the grand total is 30. Yes, that's exactly what we want. So this now is counting the number of times. There we are, count of question 7, 9 times for row 1, 7 times for row 2, etc. This is exactly what we want. So this, in fact, is the chart which we want. However, when we could just use this as it is, but I think it's always nice to actually simplify it a little bit before we go to the chart stage. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut and paste, copy and paste this. So if you go to the point there, left click, and you'll see it highlights both. Drag, 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 left clicking button down until you've actually highlighted all of those. Now go across somewhere else, further in the spreadsheet. So let's go across a little bit. You can actually see here I've created a space for it. Alright. And if we go here and right click it and paste, no, that's not what we want. Let's try it again. Right click, copy. Don't think we pressed the copy before. Go across to there, right click, and it's the values we want. Press on that. It should be the same as before. Yes, and you can see it's the same as before. Remember that this was the drink. We just put the codes in again at the left hand side here, so don't forget them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And this was the count of the drinks. And we're just going to replace that with what the drinks were. Coffee. You see now nothing happens to this side, we're alright. Tea. Fruit juice. Bottled water. Can't quite remember what they were. Then go up again and just look at question 7. Hot chocolate smoothie. Okay. Hot chocolate smoothie. And the last one was none of the above. Okay, so that's the table, that's the summary chart which we're going to use. So by using this pivot table, we've managed to get the correct count. After a while, this will become much quicker.